A white man called on a civil war and now he's running. The question is, why are you running? No, come. Why are you running? Because this man literally has the guts to say he's going to put us back in chains. He's going to put the black people back in chains. He is going to put us back in chains. That's the word that is catching my head. You think those are those days that we manage segregation, plantation season, Jim Crow, and so on and so forth, where a lot of us will just sit down and literally allow you people to just do what you know how to do? You call on this particular war and now you are running. Now the account is private. No, come. You cannot even find the account any longer. You have the right to now go to people's comment section, black people to be precise, black Americans comment section. So now start typing and dropping in that you are going to be putting us back in changes. Like, where's that ghost coming from? Where is that F1? That I'm so pissed right now because I feel like I can just handle that person by grabbing him with my hands and I want him to actually put me back in chains. You've seen a melanin popping skin, okay, because of everything that happened. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clip and stitches we have in our today's episode. Guys, let's go ahead. Let me roll out the clips for you guys so that you guys can actually watch this video and let me know what you think in the comment section. Black people, we need to make sure that we are doing more because these people will literally not change until they see that black people never succeed. Let's get right into this video.
A white man came into my comments on my other account the other day when I was live, and he said that we will put you back in chains. You will be enslaved again. And these type of comments are very telling of the deep desires that many white people have. They all love these slave movies because they all want to have the experience of owning a nigga. And they love the idea of slavery coming back. But the bad news is that nigga has expired. You'll never get that brand of Negro again. White man, sorry. You'll never see that day again. That was a one-off. You'll never get that off again. Trying to wrap a nigga up in bondage today, it's impossible. Because for one, black people today would never fucking let that happen. And two, the white man today isn't fucking equipped to make this shit happen. You're not producing enough Count fucking Draculas. You're not producing enough Michael Myers. You're not producing enough fucking Freddy Kruegers, man. Yeah, you're always gonna have this in your blood. We all know that you can't be anything else but Michael Myers and fucking Freddy Krueger. We know that. That's in your fucking DNA. But you don't have the nuts or the fucking guts to do what the fuck your wicked white devil forefathers did. You don't have it. You don't have the guts to fucking hang a woman upside down and cut her fucking stomach open. You don't have the guts to buck break fucking hundreds and hundreds of fucking men. You may have the desires because you're a fucking freak, but you don't have the stomach for this shit, man. The shit that your bloody fanged white forefathers did, you don't have the fucking stomach for that shit. And like I said, that brand of nigga is gone. You would be hard pressed to get that type of nigga to come back around and give you the experience of slavery and plantation and submission. Yes, sir. It'll never happen again. Your whole fucking white power pipe dream, it's fizzling. The high is coming down. You're desperately trying to hold on to it with your fucking Charlie Kirks. Oh, Charlie Kirk was speaking the truth. Fuck Triple K Kirk. He wasn't a fucking politician. He was just a white man with triple fucking K views. The views of the goddamn KKK. So all you fucking freak cowards hid behind troll accounts and rally behind a Charlie Kirk who would dare say what your fucking thinned monkey pale lips wouldn't dare fucking say. Right? So of course you like a Triple K Kirk because he speaks from your coward heart that you're too afraid to fucking summon up the goddamn gumption to let it come out your fucking mouth. So no, enslaved again can't happen. The niggas ain't the same and the white man's not the same. Yeah, you're still the devil. You're still wicked. And yes, you do have a lot of sellout Negroes still. Right? You got a lot of bed wenches, people who will shuck and jive for you. But what you're looking for, niggas in chains indefinitely, nah, man. The resistance is far beyond the capability for you to fucking contain. Mentally, spiritually, consciously, you wouldn't have a fucking chance in hell. And on top of that, you don't have enough fortitude, white man. You're not gritty enough. Those gritty days where you were fucking down for the bloody cause, it's only so much of you that can really pull that off. And once you take away your high powered weapons, what do you have there? You see, the white man before didn't have high powered weapons. He had fucking muskets, right? Those muskets allowed him to yield his fucking rage in a way that weaned him some goddamn slaves. Now, even with your fucking biggest weapons, you wouldn't get that result. It wouldn't happen. You've already tried this shit with the fluoride in the fucking water, right? With the fucking GMOs and the goddamn microplastics in the fucking clothes and the fucking bottles of water. You're trying to make us docile already. It's not working. You don't understand melanin at all. You called it junk DNA until you knew what the fuck it was, because according to you, it's junk, because it doesn't do anything for you outside of what you're fucking looking for. You're looking for it to be UV ray protection. You don't have none. So now you have fucking mutation of your DNA, which causes skin cancer. And what do you white motherfuckers have to study to cure skin cancer? Melanin. Go figure. So yeah, sorry, niggas in chains. You would never do it, and these niggas don't exist no more.
I think we're entering the darkest hour for Black America ever. I do think that what we're about to enter is going to be worse than slavery. And the big reason for that is because people aren't even aware of how unfree they are at this point in time. We are actually all more fucked than Assata Shakur. Like, all of us. And like I said, I've been on a watch list since I was 13. I'm not gonna go into why that is, but I've been on a domestic terrorist watch list since I was a child. Assata Shakur was also on was labeled a domestic terrorist, and Trump just signed an executive order to basically label all of us on this app as domestic terrorists. But what's even worse is that right now we actually have less organization, less movement, less capacity, less commitment than at any point in American history. Because people think, well, as long as I get money, I'll be fine. They're gonna run up in your fucking job, sis. They're coming in your job to snatch you. And I don't talk about this a lot, because being a Black woman with foresight, much in the same vein as Octavia Butler, I've been telling y'all this since 2020. Like 2019, I was like, oh, pattern recognized. Handmaid's Tale is actually not as bad as it's going to be. Because Handmaid's Tale is actually just what it's going to be for, like, wealthy white women. Do you guys realize the rest of us are going to them camps? And the craziest thing is y'all are like, they're not going to get me, they're not going to get me. They're going to get you. You don't even know how to survive in the woods. How the fuck do you think Assata got to Cuba? Like, how do you think she physically moved her body to Cuba? How do you, like, you don't have not a singular survival skill. You're not a part of a single organization. You don't have no friends. You are a worker drone. You're a worker drone in a country that has decided that you're a domestic terrorist. You can't put your head down any further and avoid the scrutiny of Big Brother's eye. His eye is on us all, you guys. And it's frustrating. Here's what I'm going to say. I've been feeling called to leave social media. I no longer see any value that this app has, and I encourage all of you to leave social media and go outside. That, I think social media is actually hindering us from movement building, from actual organizing. It is taking too much of our time. It is distracting us. It is literally, it is distract, because even organizers think they need to be on social media to reach people. No, that is not what the purpose of this app is, and it's not going to work in that sense. I think all of us need to wake up. It's time to like snap back to reality, and get serious, because once you tip the scale, which has been tipped, but once you tip the scale from, if I do everything right, if I assume a submissive position, if I do not resist, and if I go along to get along, I will still be captured by the state, you now have no choice but to, you have to now resist. I'm not going to say too much, but that is where we are. Or be content to die in the camp. Those are the only two options. And I think it's really hard for humans to like process like long-term situation reality. But like, if you're not leaving the country, if you don't have at least $75,000 in cash right now, you cannot get out this motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, you're stuck here with us. And yeah, if you don't have the money to leave, you're stuck here. You're gonna get either captured, or you're gonna, like, that's it. Like, that's it. Because none of us are, they have a record. They know who is a Nazi and who's not. And most of you are not Nazis. So you're gonna end up in the camp. And this is a country that has no problem committing G-sides. I need y'all to wake up. We are at the point where all of us must either commit revolutionary suicide or prepare to go the way of that young woman in V for Vendetta. I'm giving you as much game as I can give you. Okay? That's it, that's all. That's it. There's quite literally only two options, and I need y'all to choose. I need you to make a choice today. Today's the day. If you were looking for the day of, oh my God, are we gonna do it or not? It's today. Today's that day.
So white people will never leave black people alone, and I'm gonna tell you why. White society's obsession with black people isn't new, it's centuries old. If you think about slavery, colonialism, and exploitation, from the start, white wealth in America was built off the backs of black bodies. Sugar, cotton, tobacco, rice. This wasn't just economics, it was a system where white people's very identity was shaped around controlling and owning and watching black bodies. But here's the wild contradiction in all of this, right? While trying to dehumanize us, white culture has always been obsessed with us, right? They copied our music, our style, our language, our food, even our rhythm, all while denying us basic rights. Think about jazz and rock and hip hop and fashion, all born out of black genius, only to be taken, watered down, and sold back to the world with a white face on it. So why can't they just stay away? Because in a system that is built both on exploitation and envy, distance is impossible. White supremacy depends on keeping black people in place, close enough to use, control, or imitate, but never free enough to threaten the hierarchy. It's a sick paradox, fear and fascination at the same damn time. On a psychological level, it's projection. White folks will project their guilt, their fear, and their insecurities onto blackness, and then turn around and crave the very life, culture, and resilience they tried to destroy. It's like they want the sauce, but not the struggle. Now, to be real, not every white person acts like this, but the system, the way whiteness has defined itself against blackness, makes it so this obsession keeps resurfacing. Whether it's over policing or culture appropriation or trying to legislate our lives, it always comes back to the old need to dominate mixed with a quiet desire to be what they can't.
What's interesting, you never see black trolls in like white spaces where white people are having lives and talking about white people shit. You don't really have the dynamic that black people we experience with our accounts, whether it's just posting content or going live. If we're having conversations that are not in favor of white people, White people tend to come in and troll, 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 troll. If we're having conversation that just doesn't even include white people, they want to come in and troll the fucking comments, troll the goddamn live. And you're a grown ass man, and you're so white and superior, right? In your mind. Why the fuck are you on nigga lives? Why are you on nigga content pages? Why the fuck don't you just keep scrolling? I would never sit on a white man's live and fucking troll. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to see you. What the fuck is going on? Man leaves a comment talking to me about what are we gonna do when Whitey takes away welfare and we can stop leeching off the white man. Aren't most welfare recipients white? Last time I fucking checked. But anyways, leeching off the white man. When in the history of people on earth has any black culture leeched off the white man? Name me a time in history that the white man had anything to fucking offer. White man. Oh, white man, what the fuck have you ever offered Earth, the people of the Earth, in good fucking faith? What have you offered the Earth? What have you offered the people that the people have just taken from you? Oh no, poor white man, poor white power system. We've been leeching off you through welfare. Oh, and how did you get that fucking welfare, you goddamn snake? You got it through a lot of capital. Well, how'd you establish that capital? You established that capital through free fucking labor. Slavery, right? Your favorite fucking act in history. Your claim to fame. The white man's fucking glory days. Yeah, so you wouldn't have a welfare system without fucking capital. And you wouldn't have capital without free labor. Slavery. So, leeching off the white man. Hey, white man, I got a question. What the fuck are you talking about? Leeching. You have not organically provided anything that didn't include someone else's blood. So whatever you give and whatever is taken is just a fraction of what the fuck you owe. Welfare is no fucking recompense for slavery. Never will it be. So you giving niggas a couple fucking shillings with the fucking clause that they better not work or better not make a certain amount. You better not have a man in the house. You better be in a fucking poverty line. Oh yeah, gee thanks. Gee thanks. You're giving government aid to people who don't have much and can't have much once they get the government aid. And once they start to gain a little bit of independence, government aid is gone. Whoa, gee thanks, white man. I guess that compares tremendously to fucking hundreds of years of goddamn free slavery, blood, sweat, and fucking tears. Just to wake up and have white motherfuckers call you lazy. Who's lazier, the slave or the goddamn slave master? Who's lazier? The motherfucker coming in and working his ass off till he fucking dies, right? In the name of fear of death and submission? Or the motherfucker who's yielding muskets, whips, horses, and a unified white devil fucking faction to indefinitely enslave a specific people in the name of free labor and fucking financial gain and benefit? Which is more lazy? Leeching? I implore you, white snake fucking liars, to concoct a truth in history where anybody, let alone black people, leached off of white people. And then you have the nerve to talk about mud huts. Remember, you filthy fucking disgusting Europeans had 7 black plagues. You almost wiped out your entire population. 1/3? 1/3 of you motherfuckers died off after the Moors cleaned you up. After the Inquisition, into the late 1800s, you had black plagues. You were throwing shit and piss out the fucking window. You were using cat skins to hold water. You would sleep next to animals in the house. Lice and scabies and rashes. You didn't bathe but twice a year, maybe if you got married. Once a year was the custom, was the norm. You didn't even know hygiene. Mud huts. You lived in shit huts. Your streets were caked with shit. Remember the London stink? Remember that? Remember that, white man? Remember the London stink that happened like, oh, I don't know, like around the 1800s? Hmm? When slavery's at its peak, when you're trying to brainwash black people that you're superior, meanwhile, back at the ranch in London, you have a river of fecal matter, piss, and dead animals. The smell alone, it was killing people in London. Remember that, white man? This is in your glorious fucking 1800s. You're filthy. So no matter what mud hut that you're gonna fucking throw out there about you're gonna go back to mud huts. Okay. At least it's made from mud. At least it's not made with shit. At least they don't shit in those mud huts. They don't piss in those mud huts. They don't shit on the streets where those mud huts are aligned. At least those Africans never had a fucking black plague because they didn't wash their ass or their hands or their face or their mouth. At least they can show their beautiful black skin. You can't even show your skin. Look at all your old paintings of each other. Look at your old fucking pictures. You gotta cover your neck, your wrist, every fucking thing. All you Yankee Doodle fucks had this disgusting skin. Mud huts? At least it's made from organic earth. At least the mud hut will ground you, balance you with the fucking chakras. But if I walk through old Europe and my feet are caked in piss and shit, and I go into your old European nasty fucking house, and you guys are shitting and pissing in the hallways like your fucking kings were doing. Remember that? Remember all your royals were in the palaces, shitting in the fucking palace hallways and pissing? It didn't matter what class of you filthy fucks that you fell into. You were disgusting in all levels and all classes. Mud huts? I'll take a mud hut any fucking day over the shit-caked, piss-infested streets of Europe. For the record, and for the slow fucking hillbilly trolls in the back, all you white trolls, this is for you, because you're not hearing it. You're on my fucking goddamn videos, but you're not hearing it. You're in the comments, but you're not fucking listening. I'm gonna spell it out slow for you. Nobody wants you to patronize black business. I only brought up how you purposely will not patronize a black business just to spite the black business, because that's the nature of you goddamn devils, right? Because you forced integration collectively to stop black business. A lot of you can come in here and say, we didn't force you. I don't know if you're born at night or last night, or if you're just, your white brain cells aren't collecting together fast enough. What the fuck do you know about anything if you don't think they forced integration on black people?
Welcome back, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the audacity for me, it is the guts for me for you to open your mouth and say you have to put, or you're going to put the black people back in chains. Like, who give you that right to say that in someone's comments? So like, who give you the hell right to be able to air up your mouth and be like, you're going to be putting the black people back to chains? Maybe these people are still in that delusional mindset of, we are still in those days whereby you can just do anything because you are a white person. Like, when I actually saw those clips on my FYP, I was just wondering where that particular gust was coming from, where that particular right was coming from, for you to be able to open up your mouth and air out that godforsaken thing from your mouth, that you're going to be putting people that look like me back in chain. Do I look like someone that want to go back to chains? Do I look like someone that want to go through those segregation, Jim Crow law? Despite the fact we know that a lot of them are actually modernizing it right now, which is the white supremacy, are actually modernizing it right now. But saying you are going to put black people in chain is a no-no for me. It cannot work. It's not in this era, like not in this era. And I always believe in that question. I said, white people will actually never change. And why? Because in as much as a lot of them are trying to do a lot of work to work on their cycles, mentality, and ensure that this is the truth and this is how it is, let's embrace the truth and move on. A lot of them are still sitting down there and they are still blind to to a lot of things. Like, they are still blind. They still think that they are in charge. They still think that they can just come and do anything, tell anything to a black man. The problem is, once they do this kind of stuff, they start running. They start running for themselves, because they knew that once the black people are actually coming, they are coming back with full force. If you go to most of their pages now, videos are being brought down, accounts being deleted, or the worst case, accounts being private. See, honestly, it's painful that a lot of black people are trying their possible best to live their best life and not to even how do I put it, meddle with any single thing that belongs to a black person's, a white person's lifestyle. But one thing I've noticed with these people is, even if you like try all you can to keep yourself out of their way, they are going to look for their ways to come into you. That's why when I started seeing videos of, oh, black people, you are the only one that can save us, you're the only one that can fight for us, we know that you people are strong, we know that people are powerful, I was like, where is this one actually coming from? Didn't you know all of this? Since before you were not able to even support the black community as a white person. Do not get me wrong, there are some white persons that are actually doing the job of like talking to their people and making sure that you see this lane you actually want to follow, it does not really suit you. These people have actually gone through this a whole lot, and you do not need to be reminding them. Do you get? Now, but there are some that literally you see that what they do basically is to go ahead and publish, support every single evil that the white supremacy and their so-called privilege is actually giving them. And the moment they see that that thing is actually not working for them, what do they have to do now? They have to now come back and start preaching and start letting you know reasons why the black community have to stand true for them, why the black community have to come true for them, why they need to forget what is called the blue and the red and come together and join force together to do the purple revolution. And of which I said it in one of my videos. I said every single black person that's actually going to be joining that purple revolution, you are on your own as far as I'm concerned, because these people are people that will literally use you, and when they are done using you, the next thing they are going to do is to dump you and then come to claim that they started it, they are in charge. Because if you check their lifestyle, they've always wanted to be in charge, not because they see black people as people that are not capable to be in charge, but because they see them as a whole lot of competitors. They see them as people that if they give them the opportunities, they are going to take charge of every single thing. So that scare alone is making them to be like, every single thing that they want to do, I want to really come up and prove myself that as a white person I can actually do this, while in the real sense they are not literally doing it perfectly as it is supposed to be. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of people have been able to say American is now a scam just because of white persons still leading. So it is so annoying and so disgusting to see that someone can open his mouth, go to the comment section of a black person and said he is gonna like put black people in chains, like he's gonna put them back in chains. Like, come put us back in chains, please. We are so waiting for you. You know, when these people go ahead to call out a war, they will not decide to start running. The problem is, why are you running? Keep uploading your videos so that we can come for you back to back. I am very, very good with stitching videos, and I can do my job in stitching your videos very well and come back for you with the fafo that you so-called deserve. These people, please, if you have them as friends, as a black person, trade with caution, eat with long spoon. And if you have even a slight means of educating them, educate them seriously, because their husbands, their wives need to be doing a lot of job in working on these people's mentality, because I feel like a lot of their mentalities is being tampered with, that at some point they don't even know what they are typing. They just come online and type whatsoever just come to their head and type whatsoever they feel, oh, I just need to do this. And at the end of the day, it's not really making sense. Honestly, it has gotten to that point that it is that bad. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clip and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comment, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And guys, with no further ado, I'm going to say, and I'll see you guys in my next one. This is not to fight anyone, right? I stand a chance to be corrected, so feel free to correct me in the comment section. If you think that anything I said is actually abstract, or you think that I didn't really say well, please feel free to correct me in the comment section. And anyways, with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now. I love you guys. Mwah.